Welcome to the Bronx Cheer Basketball Show. I am your host, Nathan. This is Ryan. How are you, Rice?
Not too bad. It's good to be here.
Good to be here. We are here amongst the trade deadline. The NBA trade deadline. I think the cutoff is 3 p.m. Thursday night, which is the 9th of February, Eastern time. So for us here in Melbourne, other side of the world, 7 a.m. Friday. So I remember, and I was saying this to the shout-out the Mrs. Taylor.
Yep.
We were visiting her family up in Queensland, and they're an hour back. They're an hour behind because they don't go into daylight savings.
Yep.
And last year at this time, the Ben Simmons, James Harden thing was happening. It's been a year.
It's been a year.
Been a year. And I set my alarm. How many times, ask yourself this, how many times do you set your alarm, not for a game, not a soccer game, not a whatever game, but for a trade deadline? I set my alarm, woke up at, did I wake up? So it was finishing at 6 a.m. Did I wake up at 5 or I woke up at 5:30? Set my alarm 5:30, checked.
Yep.
It was already happening. It was already done.
What were you checking? Wage bombs? Is that what you go straight
Yeah,
onto?
just Twitter.
Yeah.
What can you do? I went on Twitter and I'd seen that when I'd gone to sleep. I think I went to sleep late. I went to sleep at 12.
Yeah.
You know, couldn't sleep. I'm not a early bird or anything. And I think already something had already happened. I don't think the biggest stuff had happened. Maybe Harden had already requested or either requested or said. I can't remember if he officially requested a trade, but by the end of it, I remember, like on the last day or in the last hour, like Harden himself put it out there that he wanted to move.
Yeah.
He wanted to move and he wanted to, because that was the thing leading up to that day. It was all Ben Simmons, and then like everyone was theorizing. There were all rumors and reports, but right in definitely the last 6 hours last year, Harden put it out there. Get me to Philly. And then, I think when I woke up with half an hour left, I think it was done. I think we traded Seth Curry, Ben Simmons, I think a couple of picks or whatever, Andre Drummond.
You look over a few, actually.
Yeah, to the Nets for James Harden and Paul Millsap, who fucking...
And Montrose? How'd you get Montrose?
Picked up Montrose just off free
just
agency in the off-season. So that was this time. It's funny. How like
how much has changed
and
since
you know
then?
what I
It's
feel
crazy.
like apart from like you have your big moments like the NBA finals, but I feel like you remember where you were when these big moves happen.
Yep.
Like the first time, and you'll probably know this, I don't know if I sent it to you, the first time I ever thought of the idea of creating a podcast. Now we've all come all this way, I've got two, but the first time I ever created a podcast was in the off season of, what was LeBron's first year? 2018
at Lakers.
Yeah, it was It was the off season 2018.
2018.
Right, and he was either going to come to Philly or Lakers, but more so Lakers.
Yep.
And I was like, he's probably going to go Lakers, but I'm thinking, how the fuck is he going to go to the Lakers when they've got no good players?
No assets.
You had you had assets. You just didn't have a championship team, and that's what LeBron does. And so I was pretty confident. We had Embiid, Ben Simmons, Dario Saric,
Jimmy,
Robert Covington. No, this is before that era started.
Yes.
This is our raw team.
Drew Holiday.
No, what are you talking about?
No,
That was the start of the process.
Okay.
So the process had already been we're here.
Yep.
But then it was but we hadn't started making the moves. Anyway, so, and then I woke up that morning. Again, it was in the morning for us. LeBron, I'll never forget Clutch Sports, their Twitter tweets. LeBron James is taking his talents or whatever the bullshit to the Los Angeles Lakers. I was fucking livid. And I grabbed my phone, didn't have a microphone, went just in my car, parked somewhere, wanted the studio sort of just quietness and I was like, LeBron James is a fucking dickhead. How the fuck can he go to the Lakers?
Yep.
Because he went and look what happened. You guys didn't make the playoffs, and there was no play-ins.
He made a movie that year, I think.
He made a movie that year, and I could not believe it. I'm like, LeBron, and I don't hate LeBron for it. I don't hate him in general. I still couldn't believe it, but I will. If you try and tell me for 1 second that LeBron didn't have like 80% assurance that AD was going to ask out the next year, I would not believe you. I reckon that's how I keep myself sane, that LeBron went to the Lakers. He would never have gone to the Lakers as much as he loves movies. He knew that at least one, and I'd say he knew AD was going to ask out the next year.
They must have been talking.
He knew that AD's Rich Paul. He's a clutch client.
Yep.
He knew. So that's fucking tampering, NBA. He knew AD would ask out in the next year.
I remember how close it was. Like, I remember we were chatting, and you could see LeBron in the Philly squad as well. Like, we were imagining, like, they'd probably be 2 rings up. If he got Lakers 1 ring, they would be at least 2 rings. Like,
could you imagine LeBron and we would have? You'd think we would have ended up getting rid of Ben Simmons still in some capacity. LeBron would have got rid of him.
Yeah.
LeBron would have got rid of him, right?
Yeah.
Could you imagine Joel and LeBron? And then when we would have traded Ben Simmons at that time for
James Harden.
I mean, we did well to get James Harden just because James Harden wanted out. But if we were just trading Ben Simmons at our own will,
teams would have taken him. Like he was.
Could you imagine the assets we would have got? Early in he was Rookie of the Year.
Yep,
bro.
Mm.
Anyway, whatever.
The what ifs of the world.
And now LeBron got a Mickey Mouse ring, and he'll get nothing else. For anyone who's new to the show, even though we've got an awesome jersey on here on Ryan.
All-Star 96. I'm pretty sure he's 96.
Yeah.
The year we were born.
Yeah, MJ.
MJ, yeah.
San Antonio.
Yeah,
that's it. That. And even though he's wearing this, he's a Lakers diehard.
Huge Lakers fans.
When I say LB, when I say Laker brain, it's a term. I got a patent pending. I got getting that term copyrighted because he is the king of the Laker brains. So welcome to everyone who's new. This is Ryan.
Hello.
So when I mention LeBron and the transaction going to the Lakers and all these things, you can see the banter going back and forth. But that is, as I said, like, do you remember? Is there any sort of like, whether it be free agencies or trade deadline, is there any you can think of that you're like, I remember that, like, cannot forget that moment? There's like one every year.
There's the NBA. I feel like the trade deadline is just as big as Christmas Day.
I'm pretty sure that 2018. Sorry to jump in.
That's all right.
It was the exact same day. So it was LeBron went to the Lakers.
Yep. And
KD and Kyrie, I'm so sure in 2018.
It was that same week at least.
I'm so sure 2018. Oh, no. They were the next year. Because, 2018, KD was still the Warriors, went to the finals. So 2019, on the first day of free agency, KD and Kyrie signed for the Nets.
Who went first, or did they announce it at the same time?
They went together with DeAndre Jordan. They left $10 million on the table for...
We're going to talk about, but just quickly. Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. Was it 3 years?
Not all of them together. Harden was there for like a year.
Not all of them. But it was about 3 years ago when it started, 2019.
The scary hours.
The scary, as they say.
The scary hours.
LeBron gets his ring still within that period of them being together. James Harden requests a trade after 12 or 18 months.
Yep.
Then just 5 months ago, before Christmas time, 2022, Kevin Durant requests a trade, decides during Christmas, you better stay at Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving last year says, why would I leave my number 7?
Yep.
How could I leave Kevin Durant?
That's right.
Post into 2023, request the trade.
Unbelievable.
It's blasphemous.
Unbelievable. It was...
blasphemous.
Okay, so the trio of Kyrie Irving... Okay. Here we go. KD and Kyrie Irving, the original two. The two guys.
The KK bros.
Do you remember when it was at All Star in the sort of hallways. That footage of All Star in the hallways of KD and Kyrie, best mates, and Kyrie's basically like tapping on his chest, and he's saying two max slots, and he's saying he must have been talking about the Nets. He's like, let's go to the Nets, right? That's where it all was born. The best friends, KD. At that point, Kyrie was still. It's funny how it's come all the way.
I think it was at the Celtics, obviously. Then.
Yeah. It's funny how it's come all the way to he actually loves LeBron again, because at that point it was maybe he didn't hate LeBron, but he wanted to get away with him, away from him. Right? He didn't like sort of being under LeBron's reign, basically at Cleveland, and then in Boston he was injured, and then he fucking did nothing. He lied.
He regularly failed.
And at the All-Star game, he's tapping on. He's like saying to KD, "Come on, bro, let's go to Brooklyn, my hometown." KD's like, even though him and LeBron respect each other, he's a bit like the anti-LeBron KD.
Yeah,
you know, they
have to be.
It's been him and him the whole time, but KD's not as what's the word? He's not as much as a family man as LeBron, I guess you can say. Like, I don't know KD. I'm not trying to judge him. He seems like a nice guy, but everyone knows what I mean. In terms of the narratives and the way that we all sort of shape them, KD's the snake. KD's the bad guy. He's the villain. And Kyrie leaves LeBron, the good guy, and goes to KD. Let's go to Brooklyn.
Trade pass.
And they join up that young Brooklyn squad. D'Lo, Jared Allen, Karis LeVert. I'm probably forgetting.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Dinwiddie.
Back, baby.
And he's back.
He's back. I like that.
And that
he enjoys being
awesome Brooklyn team that we're all having so much fun with. I can't even remember. Joe Harris was there, I'm pretty sure, by then. Who else?
Jared Dudley.
Jared Dudley. I didn't want to. I thought of him, but I didn't want to say him. And they had players, and they were so exciting. You know, of course, they didn't have any. You know, they were just replenishing.
They made it to the playoffs.
Their picks again. Yeah, and then we dealt with them.
Yeah. Well, Brooklyn didn't make it with KD, Kyrie, and Harden. Didn't make it any further than they did. Let's be honest.
I think they did.
No, they made it out of the first round. That's all.
Yeah. They made it out of the first round, but Brooklyn didn't make it out of the first round. We stopped them. I'm pretty sure.
First round, second round, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No one
Anyway,
remembers that.
and then, so in 2019, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant signed themselves up with DeAndre Jordan, their buddy, to that beautiful Nets team. And then basically a year later, James Harden wants out of Houston, and understandably why. I mean, he cooked himself there, and he ran that organization into the ground, but he
burnt himself out. But he
gave it his best shot. In fairness to him, he gave it his best shot. Yes, he stuffed them up, like getting rid of all their picks and all that by trading for Westbrook, trying it with Chris Paul. Dwight Howard didn't work. And he was like, okay, now I'm out. But I don't think you can really be too mad at Harden about that. He wants out, wants to go to Brooklyn. He says he actually wanted to go to Philly, and it just sort of ended up with him going to Brooklyn. And then the best offensive team we've ever seen. They break up. It's
crazy how that happens.
D'Angelo Russell actually got signed and traded for KD. Actually, in the end, that's what happened.
Correct.
Karis LeVert gets sent away. Jared Allen gets sent away, and I forgot if there was another piece that they had. But basically, all the young guys got broken up. Joe Harris was kept. James Harden comes in for $1 million picks to Brooklyn. From Brooklyn to Houston, and the scary hours are born. The greatest offense we've ever seen in NBA history was born.
How many games they played? Did they even play
Kevin
60
Durant
games together?
Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving, the scary hours, 16 games. 16 games. 16 games. I'm pretty sure they only played 10 regular season games.
NBA players dock their pay. All of them. Dock their pay. 16 games together.
16 games. And that's including playoffs.
Imagine having the best offensive team and only playing...
And you know what? I feel sorry for Nets fans for this whole roller coaster. But you know what? They actually nearly did win it. You know, amongst all this injury and drama shit, You know,
but
they did nearly.
but everyone nearly wins it.
In 2021, that's right. I'll give you
Philly
that.
nearly won it.
Yeah. No, but more them. Well, like, listen to me. So we lost. We got beaten, right, by Kawhi. I can bring up Joel's.
They didn't make the final. They made the conference finals.
I know, but if KD, as you know, if KD's shoe or if his foot
was a size 12,
was this
not a
much,
15.
that's right, was this much smaller, that 3 is a 3 and not a 2. We don't go to overtime. The Nets beat the Bucks. And he was playing by himself by then. Harden had one hamstring. Kyrie was out. They were killing everyone before the two guys got injured.
He was literally playing on his own.
He was on his own.
Especially the last minute.
That's right.
It was just...
And who was he playing against? The eventual champions, the Bucks. The Bucks went on and beat the Hawks. That was our fault.
The PJ Tucker Bucks.
We let the Hawks get through, the PJ Tucker Bucks. The Bucks go and beat the Hawks, and then they beat the Suns. The Nets... lost by literally this measurement here, this much, because of KD's shoe. That's how far away they were from actually winning a championship. Answer this question: if they keep that together, if they win that championship, is James Harden, Kyrie Irving on the Nets right now? If they just got that ring, does that make all that difference? Does that keep the team together?
I think it keeps James Harden longer there. They're longer because he's just as good as Westbrook if he doesn't win a ring. People will remember him.
Shut up.
Tell me in the comments. In 20 years' time, if James Harden does not win a ring and Westbrook does not win a ring, touch wood for Westbrook will be the more known player. Unfortunately, it's just how it's gonna be. Like, he's just gonna have the bigger.
I reckon they're maybe on the same tier.
They're in the same tier if they both don't come out with a ring. And it's shit to say. It's shit to say.
But if that's an issue. Maybe it is just personal, but I'm gonna say comments here as well.
I want to back James Harden too.
Let us know, because the way I think of it, yes, Russell Westbrook made the finals as well, but
I don't even look at that.
James Harden. Yeah, actually, sorry. Westbrook made the finals, but James Harden nearly beat the best team ever.
Yes.
That was
with CP. Yeah.
He nearly beat the best team ever whilst being the leader.
Yeah.
So in the NBA, it's a league of superstars. James Harden, I know it's nearlies and bullshit, but we are comparing two nearly guys who nearly won a ring. Whereas, like, Westbrook was the second guy to KD when they went to the finals.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you got a good point. They'll probably be, about the same.
Unfortunately, CP3 is going to be the same. And I hate to say that because I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. Been watching him for ages. I love how he plays. But if he doesn't win a ring, 20 years' time, people are just going to be like, yeah, he was a point guard. Westbrook was aggressive. James Harden was silky.
Yeah.
They're all three different point guards that are just below juggernaut.
Yeah.
You know?
So KD, Kyrie, James Harden play 16 games together. And then Kyrie Irving, the pandemic hits. Kyrie Irving...
He just chose not to play again? Was that the
reason? No. He
what
just didn't want to get vaxxed.
Ah.
So he didn't want to get vaxxed, and he was in New York, which was pretty much the strictest state in America in terms of the vaccinations. So he couldn't play home games for most of the season.
That's right. He was playing every third game.
Yeah. And then the Nets started off by saying, well, you're not going to play home games. You're not going to play away games. And then eventually they brought him back because I'm pretty sure just because so many players were injured, KD was injured. And they're just like, shit, all right, come play away games.
Yeah.
And James Harden, who spent most of his career in Houston just carrying teams. Even though he had a
juggernaut.
He had a good supporting cast, he was just carrying.
Yeah.
And even in his twilight years, and I can speak for Philly fan.
Wait, James Harden, hold on. James Harden and PJ Tucker, they're back again. I just realised then.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay.
Even in his twilight years, he still hates missing games.
Yep.
Hates missing games. Hates low minutes. He'll always...
Wait, who's this?
James Harden.
James Harden, yes.
Loves playing 37, 38 minutes every night. just loves having the ball in terms of like James Harden is just one of those guys. Yeah, he might be at the strip club the night before, but the next game he's playing 38 minutes and he's giving you something. He's giving.
You're defender.
He's producing. So James Harden, even though you could say that you would think he fits in with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, they fit well together, the personalities.
Yeah.
Even though that fit well, he didn't like that Kyrie wouldn't take one for the team and get vaxxed. And I can't remember who said it, but basically someone said and put it blatantly and so simply, no matter what you felt about the whole pandemic and the vaxxers, someone just said, hey, like on TV, one of the analysts, former players, I can't remember who it was, they're like, you don't think some of these other guys didn't want to get vaxxed? They just take it, let's play.
Yeah.
You take it for your team. I think Shaq or Chuck, they said, you know what? A lot of them probably didn't want to. You know what I mean? But I'm taking for the team. Let's get in there. Let's get on the court.
Let's just fucking
And
do it.
Kyrie Irving, like, regardless of whatever you want to say, his body, his choice, just talking basketball, unfortunately, life isn't perfect. James Harden had to take it and go on.
Yep.
Everyone else did. Kyrie Irving said, no, not me, fellas. Go in without me.
It almost feels like for James Harden that being at Brooklyn was harder than being at Houston.
Yeah, 100%.
In terms of even playing and trying to get wins, whether KD was injured or not, they just weren't all playing together. So him trying to get wins with an unstable starting five every day, it's like...
Yeah, and he was
almost starting below Houston, and then my mental's probably getting beaten up. Do I carry? Do I trust Kyrie? Do I trust KD? Are we going to pull it together just because we're that offensive threat? Fuck no. And I need stability. I need foundation.
Because there was also rumors that James Harden didn't love like the plays they would draw up and stuff like that. Turns out that Steve Nash is out as well, so that might not have been the greatest coaching choice. Anyway, James Harden requests a trade, gets to Philly. That's after about a year, basically. So the scary hours are actually done by then. But then you think Kyrie and KD, the best buddies.
That's enough.
They're not going to break up.
Yeah,
they're not going to break up.
KK boys.
And so I don't know. We get into this season. The Nets get swept last season. Whatever it is, what it is. We get into this season. They bring in Royce O'Neal. Nick Claxton's improving. Who else did they bring in? I forgot what else.
Royce O'Neal, Nick Claxton, Patty Mills. Seth Curry.
They've got Seth Curry.
They've got Ben Simmons, obviously.
They brought in Royce O'Neal. I forgot what else. But they're trying to... They weren't like, nah, stuff it. James Harden's gone. Let's give it up. And obviously they brought in Ben Simmons, who has turned out to be a non-factor.
Hey, he's gone real bad.
That's right.
Like, he had a little lift within a week or a week and a half stretch where it was like...
And now he's just not trusted.
Wait, is this Ben? And then now it's like, wait.
Now they can't play him in the fourth quarter. Can't play him in the fourth quarter.
They don't.
Yeah, he's in big trouble in terms of his career, where it's going. He's in danger of...
He's a Matisse.
Yeah, but worse right now because mentally he's just not right. And it looks like they're going to go for it.
Yep.
And this season, to start the season, what happens? Kyrie drama. We had the Kyrie sharing that movie, the anti-Semitic stuff, so he's out for like 10
KD requests a trade.
10 games. KD requested a trade in the offseason. KD asked for the coach and the GM to get fired. They realize that they're not going to get the value, the trade value that they're... It was going to be the biggest trade of all time if it did happen, and a few of us did know it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Because you can't just... Kevin Durant in that offseason last season was the most valuable or like the best player to ever be on the trade market, pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
And the way it worked, why a deal was never going to be struck is because any deal that a contending team could offer for the Nets wouldn't be enough because he's too good.
Durant.
It's Kevin fucking Durant. And then if they would give more, when he would go, they wouldn't be a contender.
Yep.
So if the Suns gave up Devin Booker, what's the point?
Yeah.
Well, they're still the same team.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Soft.
relatively, they're giving up. You need to pair Devin Booker with Kevin Durant. So it works out. He realizes 4 years left on his contract. He's got to stay.
Yeah.
Kyrie does the drama at the start, blah, blah. But then Kyrie comes back.
Said some promising things.
The Nets go on the Nets win 18 of 20 games.
Yep.
They creep up to second in the standings. They're the hottest team in the NBA. Was it December or no December, I think
Just
it
a
was.
few weeks.
It was
It's
December
really- yeah,
and
yeah.
January.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah. And then Kevin Durant gets injured. If it's not drama off court, it's injuries. Kevin Durant gets injured, and we approach his trade deadline, and it all just sparked out of nowhere pretty much. I know
Yeah.
they've been losing, but it sparked out of nowhere. Kyrie Irving on Friday requested a trade.
Blasphemous.
Now, this was sort of coming since the vaccine stuff, because the Nets were saying that they wouldn't. So he's currently on like a player option. Yeah,
Yep.
he picked up his player option this season. He's on a 1-year player option right now at the end of his last contract. And the Nets said, with the whole vaccine stuff, like a year or a year and a half ago, we're not going to extend him after it.
Yep.
So they said they weren't going to.
Yep.
But now that they've been playing well, even though KD's injured, now that they've been playing well, they might have started to reconsider. Maybe we do offer him. So trade deadline's coming up. They might lose him for free in the off season, or they convince him now to extend type thing, and then they don't have to worry about it. So obviously they had a discussion last week,
Yep.
last 2 weeks or more, and they said, Kyrie, here's
He's a max.
here's an extension, but here's some clauses in your contract.
Yep.
And apparently they're tied to championships.
Yeah. Well, so
So I didn't look into the actual details.
what
I
does
don't
that
think
mean?
there
But
were.
like, how,
So
how
I
do you
don't
put
think
a
there-
contract for the future about championships if?
No, I don't think that there were, from my understanding, I don't think there's any reports or leaks from what the actual clauses were. But what you can imagine is they're looking for assurance.
Yes.
They're looking to say to this basketball player, and now you're going to hear in my tone how much I think it's been pathetic from Kyrie Irving. This basketball club is asking this basketball player to give them some assurances on paper to play basketball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
In simple terms, yeah.
And so, yes, it's stupid. I agree with him. You know what? At the end of the day, regardless of who you are or how dramatic you are off the court or what stuff you do off the court and how much trouble you cause, having your money dependent on a championship or something like that, you're going to be like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
But I sort of can't blame the Nets for having basketball clauses in the contract. So what you can imagine is maybe, I don't know, like more money was going to come if he won the championship.
Yeah.
Maybe contract length, maybe, I don't know about guaranteed stuff. He would be guaranteed contract.
Case of the city, you and KD.
I don't know, but things were hanging on in that contract. Things were hanging in the balance on whether they won a championship in this contract or not.
Yeah.
And Kyrie Irving said, "That's ridiculous. I'm out." And he requested a
So
trade.
that's how it kind of like.
Yeah, they basically.
yep.
So in simpler terms, as I said, the Nets basically said to Kyrie,
We want you to play basketball.
we want you to play, and because you've fucked us over so many times, we're going to just put some clauses in here that you have to meet some of these basketball stuff to like get the full experience get the full benefits of this contract.
Yep.
And he's like, again, I agree with him. And he's like, look, no.
Yep.
Either you want me or you don't want me as a human.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't agree with his human antics, but you can't be sort of putting that your job. You know, you can't be relying on things like that. They can't guarantee themselves.
Of course.
Kevin Durant might be injured for the rest of the season.
You might be going to Boston.
So, comes out last week, Kyrie Irving has requested a trade on Friday. And with this Friday, the trade deadline coming up, we thought it would not happen until this Friday. You know, they don't happen this quick.
Yeah. I was
I know, right? And then so quickly, by Sunday, so yesterday, Sunday American time, yesterday.
Monday for us.
Yeah,
Yep.
our time. So straight away, the suitors were the Mavericks, the Suns, and the Lakers.
Yep.
And by Sunday night, the Nets took the Mavericks offer. And the Mavericks offered them...
When did you say it Monday morning? Did you say it because of my message or did you say it before?
No, I saw it before. The Mavericks are sending Dorian Finney-Smith, first-round pick and second-round
For
picks.
2027, 29?
So 2029 first round pick and 2 second round picks.
Yep.
And also
Spencer.
for the sending. Yeah, sorry. And Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith.
Yep.
And the Nets sent Kyrie Irving and Markieff Morris, right?
Did they?
Yeah.
Markieff Morris to Dallas.
Trade back, like
just
salary matchup.
Yeah.
Salary matchup.
Poor Markieff.
So Spencer Dinwiddie, it's funny how things come full circle. Spencer Dinwiddie's back in black. He's back at the...
He likes it. He looks happy. I think he's happy that, hey, to play with KD. Just going back to Kyrie Irving, like, I was thinking about...
Well, I didn't think the trade was going to get done this quick.
What gets you to leave Kevin Durant?
Yes, okay, let's talk about that.
And it's got to be... It's pure... Yeah, that contract and all that, but it's that, and just to tie it up, it's all management, obviously. Kyrie Irving doesn't like the management there. I don't even think, obviously, KD doesn't, if he wanted them out.
Yeah.
It's funny, Kyrie Irving last year said, yep, me and KD's going to run the team, pretty much.
I would say that KD understands why, as you're saying, he understands why Kyrie's left.
Yep.
But...
Did he come out and say anything? I haven't heard...
No, he hasn't commented yet.
Interesting.
But, yeah, like, this
Kevin
is the
Durant.
guy. This is your partner in crime. And this just shows you, like... Surely they would have had a chat before. I don't know.
So.
Who knows?
As men friends.
Yeah, who
You'd
knows?
think like
he
say,
surely
man,
said to him, "Look, bro, this is what's happening with the contract negotiations.
Yeah.
They're really trying to fuck me over here. I'm gonna go." Man.
Think about this: Kyrie Irving leaves LeBron James, and then Kyrie Irving leaves Kevin Durant, possibly the two greatest players in the 2000s era.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put that in your.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like, who else are you gonna join?
Yeah.
But like,
I don't know. I don't
that's
know.
crazy. Yeah, think about it that way.
And that just shows you that this guy, and again, I understand the contract stuff, but this guy has no limits, no boundaries to where he will take his drama.
Like,
and you know where his next stop is? Luka and Dallas.
Hey, like, Luka probably loves that, but surely they're gonna butt heads somehow. Like, surely Luka might be like, come on, Kyrie, just play a game.
Yeah. Well, sorry, before we get there to the actually discussing him at Dallas, I didn't think that the trade would be done by already.
Yep.
And the main thing I wanted to sit here and talk about was what the hell is Kyrie Irving's trade value? I know we don't have to spend much time talking about it because the trade's done. But what did you think when it all came out? And you know, you love Kyrie Irving's talents.
Yeah.
I also very much appreciate his talent. But with everything that comes with it, with him being a free agent in the offseason, was he worth Austin Reeves, Max Christie, Russell Westbrook, 2 first-round picks, and pick swaps? Was he worth that? Because that's
with LeBron.
That's apparently what they asked.
To play with LeBron James, yes.
That's apparently what they asked of the Lakers.
And Brooklyn, it's probably the most they're going to get, but there could have been more. Like, for Kyrie Irving, come on. Spencer Dinwiddie, he's great, and I like him, but he'll score when your star player's off. Dorian Finney-Smith, 3-and-D, whatever, and 2, like, that's nothing.
But how high? Yeah, I guess I'm saying, what is
your limit?
Like, say, forget the relative teams like Mavs, Suns, Lakers. Okay. What was Kyrie's max value at this point? As I said, free agent in the offseason.
Yep.
And so chaotic, so dramatic off the court, and misses games and stuff like that. I need to
try not to be too biased.
Like, he's not. He like Rudy Gobert in the offseason went for basically the Paul George package. Rudy Gobert went for the massive 50 picks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jared Vanderbilt and Beasley.
Yeah.
Was Kyrie Irving... he's not worth that. Rudy Gobert wasn't worth that.
Rudy Gobert wasn't worth that.
It's...
No, say I think I've got a different one because I just can't stop thinking about Kyrie on the court.
Yeah, but bro,
I know. How many times is he going to get on the court? I don't know.
it's
16 times.
It's not just about how. He
It's the
he could
damage.
finish this year with Luka.
Damage he
Awesome
brings.
stuff. They could, God, with how good those two are, they could damn win the championship.
With Luka on his own,
But-
he's getting there. Yes.
But like, this guy, time and time again, just outdoes himself with this stuff. Like when you think it's all over, he requests a trade from Cleveland. Then he goes to Boston and says, if you'll have me back, I'm going to re-sign. And you remember he done that ad with Nike with his dad. He's like, not many people know this, but my dad played for Boston. Blah, blah, blah. I'm so proud to be in Boston. Leaves. First chance he gets.
Yeah.
Injured as well. And he's also injury prone. He's an injury prone guy.
I
He
guess.
actually is. Then he goes to Brooklyn, his hometown. He brings his mate with him. And this is Kyrie's center. Doesn't get vaccinated. Makes James Harden come in. Gets injured. Doesn't get vaccinated. Then there was a stint there where he had personal reasons why he was out. Then there was a stint there also. I don't know. There's times when he was out, injured, vaccinations, anti-Semitic movie.
It's so hard.
You're not giving up.
I can't.
You're not giving up. I understand where you're coming from. AD, LeBron, Kyrie.
Don't say it. Stop saying it. I tried down the ones. It's not done yet, yeah.
You might still get him.
might still get him.
LBs.
Bradley Bill?
But I was so curious to what he was actually worth. What was Kyrie worth? Apparently,
Maybe just a straight swap of a.
the Lakers decided he wasn't worth Westbrook, 2 first-round picks, Max Christie and Austin Reeves.
So I think he's worth that because
You're almost like
I'm betting on.
you're basically if they had done that, you'd almost lock in the Lakers as like the favorites to win the championship.
I'd have to, yeah. I'd have to.
Yeah, I think I would have done it as well. I saw a lot of Laker fans, fakers. That's fake.
Fakers, yeah.
I saw a lot
Fakers.
of I saw a lot of Lakers fans being like, "Thank God we didn't do it," and like,
No, but they're probably the same ones that wanted Kyrie 2 days ago. They're the same. They're the Flakers.
Westbrook, of course,
Yeah,
out,
get
get
rid of
out.
him.
What are you doing with these picks anyway? Like, you're about to trade them for Christian Wood or something, right? Austin Reeves, so be it. He's not going to be, what is he going to be, a top 30 player, if that? And be real for a second. Unplug the Laker
I'm not
mode.
going to say top 30.
Yeah, right? If
Yeah.
that.
If
I'm talking max.
You gave him, yeah.
I'm talking max
When you
ceiling.
said top 30, that scared me.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't rate
Is he
him
even
that
going to be a
good.
top 30? Is he even going to be a top 60 player? Max Christie.
He's too young.
Break it all down. If you didn't think that, like, if you wouldn't have pressed that button if you were the Lakers, like, you're a Lakers fan.
But at the same time,
It's because of the
it's not
Kyrie
even
Irving.
them that, like, they offered that. Brooklyn owner didn't actually want to give Kyrie to Lakers. Apparently, rumor has it.
Of course.
Joe
Yeah.
Tsai was like,
And that's why I love him.
that's why Kyrie wants to leave them because of those movements like that.
Yeah. Oh,
But
they were...
Joe Tsai,
By Friday last week, Joe Tsai, is it Bob Myers or Sean Marks? One of those
Yep.
two. I always get them mixed up with Golden State. The GM, the owner, and Kyrie pointing guns at each other by the end of last week.
And the thing is, when I heard that, I got even more annoyed yesterday as a Laker fan because we had the opportunity, if we had a decent general manager on the other side of the ball game, Kyrie Irving would be in the Lakers.
As in, you mean the Nets?
The Nets, sorry.
It comes with being the Lakers, mate. You got LeBron, you got AD, so it
No
comes
one
with
wants
being
to
the
give...
Lakers. That's right.
Because he would have known. If you give Kyrie Irving to LeBron and AD, avoid... touch it, no injuries, like...
Yeah.
Really, like...
I think I would have pressed the button on that trade as well.
Kyrie Irving can make anyone champ, like...
Yeah. And the Suns
Scary.
actually, so
I saw
there's been leaking. So just to spell it all out again, KD, Kyrie played 74 games together.
Yeah.
Of the possible like 200 or something like that, or 150 or something. KD, James Harden played 43 games together. Kyrie and James Harden played 35 games together, and as I said, 16 games. Okay. Suns.
None of them throw reliable.
Trade.
So take that back. James Harden's been playing nearly every game. She's got in the Philly.
Okay, so the Suns offered. Hold on.
Jay.
The Kyrie Irving hypothetical Suns trade. That got leaked that the Suns offered Chris Paul, Jay Crowder, and a future first.
Remember, I said that as well. I said the Suns for Chris Paul and maybe a couple, maybe McCall or something.
Jay Crowder and a future first.
I wouldn't go Jay Crowder. I would. He hasn't played this whole year, and last season with Suns,
yeah,
there wasn't too much. Like he was good, but he wasn't hitting his shots right at the end of the season.
How do you think? So let's now move to KD.
Yep.
First off, How do you think KD's feeling right now?
Right now, I think KD's a Twitter man, so I think he's been thinking. I think he's had that whole roller coaster of, when you like break up with your girlfriend or something, and you're up and down, or you're just. It's like first all anger.
You reckon he doesn't like Kyrie?
No.
I reckon he's fine with it.
I think he's fine with it. I don't think there's a.
I reckon he's fine with Kyrie. He's not fine with the Nets.
Yes, yeah. And I don't think he doesn't dislike players. And he doesn't really dislike players. He'll let us know. I think in about 3 months what he really thinks.
Yeah.
But I think he's probably upset first that Kyrie Irving let him down. You got to be upset.
Yeah.
Talking about brothers. You'd think they would have had a conversation before he made that decision and said, "No, I'm leaving. Trade me." But at the same time, KD's probably just thinking, you know what? Get people here that want to be here.
Yeah.
I think he's over. He's got to be over everything. He's what, 33, 34?
Yeah.
He's got to be. He just wants surely protection, security.
I'm actually quite stunned. I know he went through it all in the off season.
Yep.
And this is the thing. He must just know that he can't be traded.
Yep.
Because his value's too high, and he's got 3.5 years left on his contract. But I'm still, even with that being said, I'm stunned we haven't heard one rumor KD wants out again by Friday.
I just heard rumors Boston and KD. For Jaylen Brown. I just kept seeing rumors everywhere. Stephen A said it. It's like, just watch out.
God, I'd trade fucking Tatum before I'd trade Brown. Tatum.
Yeah.
I'm joking. But I hate Tatum for getting the All-Star starter spot over Joel. But it's not going to happen. It would have traction by now, unless we have like a 24 hours like no other coming up.
Yep.
KD's going to be a net after the deadline, and he's going to go into the playoffs as a Brooklyn Net. And now on to what the Nets received, and we know that they're still going to be active. The trade didn't get officially lodged until this morning because the Nets were trying to explore if they could add a third team. The Nets are going to try and scramble and make this team around KD still championship.
Have they solidified the trade? Is it done?
Yeah.
It's done.
So Spencer Dinwiddie and
Dorian, 2 picks.
Dorian Finney-Smith, right? Dorian Finney-Smith hasn't been great this season. He wasn't like last season. I know shooters shoot. He can pick it up, and that's fine. So, and then even if Spencer Dinwiddie gets going, as good as Kevin Durant is, that team's not contending for me. Unless Ben Simmons wakes up and goes, and he would have to go supernova. That team's not contending.
No.
And what are they getting? You tell me they don't have picks.
They'll get as far as maybe. I don't think they make it out of the first round.
But by Friday trading,
yep.
Forget trade names.
Yep.
What level of players are that? They're not getting juggernauts,
Yeah, they're
not getting juggernauts. I don't think they're getting tier 2 players. No. They're not getting Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchells, Shea. They're not getting those.
No, I don't think anyone wants to go to Brooklyn. That's a start.
And there's that. There's
I think
that
it's
also.
that as well.
Who are that? So in short, the Nets aren't contending for the championship this season, and unless some huge fish decides that they want to go there in the off season and free agency, they're not contending next season either. Kevin Durant must be sitting there thinking, what the fuck have I done?
And he's injured right now as well.
He must be thinking, as much as I love Kyrie, and I'm not that mad at him, just this whole 4 years. What the hell have I gotten myself into?
If they've got us thinking about what have they done, surely KD's like, it must be me. Like what LeBron said. Did you say?
Yeah.
It must be me. Yeah. So KD's probably thinking, it must be me. Or KD might just still be in KD and goes, I'm the best shooter in the world. It doesn't matter.
All right. Now, Luka, Kyrie Irving, Dwight Powell. The big three.
Christian Wood.
Luka and Kyrie Irving. We saw, you might say, hold on, 2 small guards. That's not going to work. Jalen Brunson and Luka got to...
It worked. It doesn't matter.
They got to the conference final last year. This is the modern NBA, my brother.
Luka Doncic is 6'7".
That's right.
Yeah.
He's barely a guard. Are we going to see this... And I'm just asking for this offseason. Sorry, for this playoffs. Maybe I'll ask a follow-up question about after it, but for just this season, is it going to be very bad, fine, good, or very good?
Very good. For the Dallas Mavericks, is this the whole season
this
or
season and playoffs? And
playoffs. So
playing just you have to include their personalities, but just for this until the end of this season.
Until the end of the season, I'm gonna say good.
Good.
I can't write him off. If Kyrie Irving's still playing the same he did last week with Brooklyn, the same way, and Luka Doncic is still putting up 40, 10 and 10 and 7 and 10, whatever, and Kyrie Irving's putting up 25 plus.
Offensively, they're just going to be unbelievable.
They're going to be unbelievable.
They're going to stagger them, so there's not going to be much rest for your opponents.
I reckon Dallas might as well play Christian Wood and Dwight Powell in the same as a starting 5.
That could be right.
Just for the defense.
Josh Green just quietly had 29 points today in Utah.
And the W.
And the dub.
With no Luka.
Or
Kyrie.
They've still got Tim Hardaway.
He's in the lineup. Okay.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's their 3. He's their corner guy.
He's all right. They've still got Reggie Bullock.
JaVale McGee. Yeah, they got Reggie Bullock.
But the problem is in the size, basically, and at center. Defensively, they're 3 best players at the moment is Luka, Kyrie Irving, and Christian Wood. It is Christian Wood.
Yep.
And we've noticed that Christian Wood's been getting a lot more time with Luka and around the environment of the starters just because he's the best. He's the second best player this season. But he's so bad at defending.
Yep.
Luka's not terrible at defending. Luka's not terrible at defending. Neither is Kyrie. But
just the size.
They're not good. They're not good defenders. Their size, stuff like that. So they will be trying to make a trade before the deadline as well to try their best to fix this up. We'll see about that. But I'm just curious. Like, they're going to really punch you in the mouth on offense. But you can really hit them back.
Yeah.
And if you've...
He's got to score as much as they can.
And so if let's just say, for example, Kyrie Irving is having a bad night shooting. If you just put your efforts into stopping Luka, as in when I say stopping, keeping him to 30 points, keeping him to 30 points, and Kyrie has a bad shooting night, they're going to lose that game.
Yeah.
They're going to lose that game.
Well, then again, most teams will lose that game too.
Yes, but Kyrie Irving...
Oh, they got no defense as well.
Yes, they've got no defense. Huge factor. But Kyrie Irving is, like I've talked about Jason Tatum and stuff like that.
An off game.
When he just isn't... When the lid's on the basket, it doesn't give you much else.
Yep.
But when the lid's not on the basket, players like Jason Tatum, Kyrie Irving... When it's going in, they are so exceptional.
Yeah.
But when the lid's on the basket for Kyrie, you can think to yourself, "Oh, we're got a good shot tonight. Let's double Luka, blah blah."
It's interesting.
It's going to be so interesting because of how good Luka Doncic is. They should be good, but they have big hole in their game.
Yeah.
The defense.
Let's see if Luka Doncic can play with someone to the level
Yeah.
like him in his own different way, but Luke hasn't had a partner like, you know, Jalen Brunson was up and coming, he left.
Yeah.
But he hasn't had an all-star Kyrie Irving, a juggernaut, you could say, play next to him. So it'll be interesting to see. So the thing is, Luka's still going to get his 10 assists because that's him. He's going to drive. He's going to make his players available.
Kyrie's
he's
good catch and shoot.
Yeah. So it's going to be difficult.
Some rapid fire questions. Kyrie Irving signing in the offseason for the Mavs, or is he walking? Is he re-signing in 2023 summer for the Dallas Mavericks, or is he?
I'm going to say we're going to get news and he's going to fuck up and something else is going to happen.
Yep. He's going.
He's going. Short-term
Because here's the other thing about this. Forget this whole conversation we've had for 55 minutes or whatever. The Mavs better make sure he's confident.
That's the thing.
The Mavs better make
They
sure.
better make sure they keep him happy.
Because he just walks for free.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Luka.
And they
Woo!
lost. Yeah. I
They-
hope he does a Kawhi Leonard. I don't hope he gets
Here's
a
the
ring
funny
there,
thing.
But
They have enough money to have had Brunson, Kyrie, and Luka.
I saw.
So they made that mistake with the Brunson. Now they've picked up this guy that you just... It's like walking on, in the movies, or those bridges that they got the bridges like across the cliffs. They're made out of wood,
yeah.
and every like third plank like falls,
yeah.
and like it's rope on the sides. That's what it's like managing Kyrie Irving. The Mavs better fucking know. This is the thing about the Lakers, right? Here's the thing about the gravity of the Lakers and LeBron James, but more so the Lakers. He might come to the Lakers in the offseason.
I know.
He might still come to the fucking Lakers in the offseason. And the Mavs better know that if I'm the Dallas Mavericks, yes, you need to start making some moves to make sure Luka's not, sniffing around.
Yeah.
Because he's going to start looking around.
Yeah,
He's got a wandering eye.
Where'd you get him?
Hey, yeah.
Not good enough?
This team's looking good. Luka's going to start to get a wandering eye. You got to start making moves. I understand that.
Luka for LeBron?
But Kyrie Irving.
Luka
Is
for LeBron?
Kyrie...
LeBron back with Kyrie?
Is Kyrie Irving the answer? I wouldn't say so. If I'm the Dallas Mavericks, if I'm Mark Cuban and whoever their GM is or whatever, I would be saying to Kyrie Irving, tattoo it in your arm right now. Go to your organic tattoo artist, Kyrie Irving, and tattoo, I am re-signing this offseason.
2023, 2024 is with equals
right.
Dallas Mavericks.
And then he'd still go.
Yeah, he'd still go laser.
Yeah.
We can't trust him. We can't trust him. I've tried to trust him.
Apparently, the guy, I forgot who it is, but in the front office, there's a guy who used to work for Nike, and he's still got a good relationship with him. Apparently, he loves Jason Kidd so much. He wanted to go to his
here we go.
Hall of Fame.
That all comes out now.
Just like how Kyrie was so happy in Cleveland. Just like how Kyrie's dad played in Boston. Just how it was his dream to play in his hometown in Brooklyn or New Jersey or whatever. My Lord.
Listen up, folks. Just I'm going to repeat this and just try process this while I'm saying it. Kyrie Irving leaves King James at the Cavs, and Kyrie Irving leaves Kevin Durant at the Brooklyn Nets. The more I say to myself, it makes me think like,
He's got,
is this guy human? Is he?
Things come in threes. He's leaving Luka.
He's leaving Luka. You heard it here first. So
are you saying that things are going to go good, or so you said good? They're going to
I
go
think they're
good,
still
but then
gonna
he
go
still
good.
leaves
But he still leaves.
because that's possible.
Yeah.
You don't think they're going to butt heads or things are going to go bad and then he leaves, or is it just going to go
Cavs
good
things
and
went
then he's
good
going
and he
to
left.
he's going to blindside him and leave?
I think he's going to leave. Things will go good. Whether it's him or the media find our way to make it him the bad guy, because unfortunately anything he does now that's unbasketball related or
He is usually the bad guy, though.
yeah, or anything that we would expect, he's now getting it's his fault.
Yeah.
And it is, because he's created that whole scene, unfortunately, for all of us to think that way. So we're only human, and we
He's
think
hilarious.
that way too.
He's hilarious. I mean, we had more things we wanted to talk about. NBA trade deadline is coming up. By the time you see this, it'll be within like 48 hours that the deadline will
I'm
happen.
getting nervous.
What do the Lakers need other than everything?
AD to be healthy, LeBron to be healthy.
Make the call right now. Will the Lakers have their 2027 and 2029 first round picks on Friday? Will they have them still? Or will they have a new player or two?
I think there's someone else coming.
Make the call.
There's someone else coming. I don't know if they'll get rid of the picks to get that player. They might trade.
LeBron is doing everything he can to pressure the Lakers. Everything he's been doing for the last month or two.
It's pressure.
He's just trying to say, this fucking...
His interviews.
He's like, this fucking team. He's basically saying that.
Yeah,
he's like, this team, man. This is a shit team. We need better players.
Like the other day, Kyrie Irving requested trade. They asked LeBron, would he, be good for the Lakers? And LeBron pretty much ended the interview with, duh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just like... And that's how I think as well. Like, it's Kyrie Irving. And then he had another interview today post Dallas Mavericks that when he got traded, what do you think of Kyrie going? Not going like
this. He's disappointed.
Yeah, and he's pretty much just saying is like, man, whenever you get a chance to get a play like that we have chemistry. That's what he said. We have chemistry. He knows how to win. This is what he said. He's like, he knows how to win rings. We've got that team chemistry on the court. When he was saying that, I'm like, I feel so sorry for AD.
It does feel like...
Because it's like, AD's watching this. But then LeBron ends the interview with, I'm a professional.
Focus.
And right now, my focus is on the team, who I've got in the court, and it's go time. So he's just being professional, LeBron. But he did express at the start of the interview, it's enough to say that he fucking wanted Kyrie Irving.
You know what's tough about these two picks is 2027, 2029 or whatever it is? Sorry to say, but the Lakers will be shit by then.
You reckon?
So those two picks aren't just first round picks. Those are lottery picks. That's why it's so hard.
To let go of, yeah.
So you've traded so much. They're the last things you've got, right?
I know.
So you basically either go when we say absolutely all in, absolutely 100% all in on LeBron and AD this time, and more so LeBron, whatever, or you steady as she goes with what you've got now, and then you keep those picks because in 2027 and 2029, when AD and LeBron are long gone, you guys are going to have no assets. Everyone's going to be scarred and not wanting to go to the Lakers. What?
Bronny.
And you do have something to hold on to.
Yep.
And I don't even know within myself what I would do, but I think I'd trade them.
I think I'd go all out because...
Rings are rings.
Listen, exactly.
Something
we have and I've seen this last 5 years.
And also being the Lakers, man.
We don't have time to wait.
It's not just that. Also being the Lakers. If any team can afford... I know teams actually hate the Lakers, but if any team can afford to have no assets and 3 max slots open, 2-3 max slots open... It's you guys.
Yep.
Because when it comes back to that time when LeBron and AD are gone, and you go back to what are those players? Black. What was that guy's name?
Terry Black, I think.
No. Tyrell Black.
Tyrell Black. We had Wesley Johnson. I liked him. We had what's that bold guy? Point guard.
Not Durant, no.
No, we had Derek Fisher. That was ages ago, though. But Robert Horry. We had...
I don't know.
Nick Young.
Yeah.
Jeremy, he came a bit later with the Kobe.
A bunch of bums.
Yes.
A bunch of bums.
And
then, got a little bit... you started to draft Randall, Lonzo, Ingram, Josh Hart, Kuzma, stuff like that. Slowly. You're not going to have those kids come. You're going to go through that again. You're going to go through that patch of Kobe's last years of bums.
Yeah.
But if there's any team...
But LeBron's playing at a peak, so it doesn't look that bad.
But the thing is, what happened? LeBron walked in, Players walk into the Lakers.
Yeah. It's
So what I'm getting
people
at
need
is
to make movies, Nave.
That's-
Ja Morant needs to make movies in 5 years. He's coming down.
So what I'm saying is, I do agree. If you're the Lakers, I mean, almost if you're any team, if you're in a championship window, you maximize.
Yeah,
it.
you max.
So,
Because they're gonna get rid of them anyways.
but you know what? If I'm answering that question about what I think Pelinka will do, it just doesn't feel like he's budging.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't feel like he's budging.
I'm annoyed.
And it's going to be so curious. It's going to be so interesting if he doesn't make this trade by Friday. Like, LeBron signed on, I'm pretty sure. Like,
He's got 2 years.
he's not going to request a trade at the end of the season. But he's going to be pretty damn pissed off.
If we do not make the play-ins, I'm telling you right now, they'll trade any picks they can. They'll trade.
If they don't trade the picks now, or I'm telling you right now,
bench.
if they don't trade the picks now, or even if they do, I'm telling you right now, there's conversations happening under the table between LeBron, Kyrie, and the Lakers for the offseason.
Surely LeBron called up Kyrie Irving yesterday. I was like, hey, bro.
Come in the offseason.
You remember that jewelry we won a few years ago? You want some more? Kyrie's probably like, nah, I'm all right. Just human life.
Imagine? Anyway, so much is happening. So much. And just one quick note, literally like 1 minute. LeBron, by the time you see this and by the time in the next couple of days, he might break it tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow, Lakers, OKC.
No, they're not playing tomorrow. It's not tomorrow. I thought it was tomorrow, but it's not.
It is tomorrow.
No, it's a following day.
It is tomorrow.
I swear it's not. I swear
I know
it's
it
not
is.
Tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. It's OKC, isn't it?
They're versing OKC, but I don't think it's tomorrow.
I thought it was Wednesday. Hold on. Did they play yesterday? No. It's tomorrow, bro. It's tomorrow.
What time?
2 p.m.
He has to hit 36 points to break it, yeah.
Yes.
Against OKC, so you can...
Make the call. Is he doing it?
I was thinking this earlier during the day, and...
OKC is one of the fastest paced teams in the league. It's going to be up and down like crazy. OKC got belted today in San Francisco. OKC are going to come in for blood. He might need to score 36.
No, but that's the thing. I have a feeling that... he doesn't want to break it tomorrow.
I know, but he might need to.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, we need every dub. We can't afford...
Can't just afford...
We can't afford
him to be
we'll
like,
this game.
That's right. Can't afford him to be like, I don't want to break it today. Like, I'm not going to try.
He's going to get to 25. It'll be third quarter or something, and I feel like he either won't get played or you're just saying being a Magic Johnson and passing it. I just have this feeling that he's going to get...
Your players don't make shots. This is what I'm saying. If OKC, they've been dropping 150 on every man and their dog. If OKC come in their best form tomorrow, he needs 36.
Yeah, I know. He's got to break it tomorrow.
So it all depends. I think my prediction was that he's going to break it against Milwaukee in 2 days. Kareem used to play for Milwaukee.
Yeah.
He gets to just hit 25 points tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's all set up beautifully
That's
against Giannis, the current king of the NBA. Perfect. But he might have to tomorrow.
We need every win.
He
That's
might
the
have
thing.
to tomorrow. This is the thing. He actually might have to.
And you know what? I hope he gets 42 and he just goes...
But you know what's going to be... like, talking about these things and the way they go, it'll be shit if he... It'd be shit if he breaks it, and because they've already said they're going to stop the game, right? Yeah. It'll be shit if he hits it, the 36 point tomorrow in a close game with like 2 minutes left. It'll be shit because they're going to stop the game. They're going to do... Even Adam Silver literally said at wherever it was, like, we're going to do a big thing about it. Like...
Good on him.
I
think they need to do it for the Bucks game on the second quarter.
Yeah, it has to be a nothing quarter.
Like
the whole quarter needs to be about it, not a real game.
It's like Lakers have got to be planning, and I know LeBron just wants to get wins, and he keeps saying it.
What do you reckon he comes out tomorrow?
But
20 points in the first quarter. Everyone will be like, get your TV on.
People,
Everyone will be like, get your TV on
will
right
be trying
now.
to walk into the stadium just to get the general pass.
Because he could do that.
Yeah, I know.
Just in case tomorrow's a close game, he could go for 20 in the first quarter, have it done by the second quarter. He could go for 50 tomorrow.
But I feel they need to get the dub. Especially if he breaks the record.
You'll get the dub if he gets 50. If he gets 50, you'll get the dub. He won't let you lose.
I have a feeling he's just going to
that's
give
the
it to
way
AD.
I see it. There's 3 options here.
I have a feeling he's going to leave it to AD tomorrow to take over and win the game against the small OKC who's playing Mike Muscala at center. They're playing Mike Muscala at center.
Yeah.
If AD does not get 35 plus, I'm putting AD on. Watch it. Watch it. I'm backing him. If he does not get 35 plus, he needs to. LeBron will extend it. He'll get his 23, 26. He'll finish it off in Milwaukee Pro in the first quarter.
You watch tomorrow. LeBron's going to be...
This will be like,
LeBron
can he play with
He
nerves?
won't miss a shot.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those.
He won't miss a shot because, as we've talked about, he probably wants to break it against Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And so he's going to be wanting to pass it every time he shoots. He's going to be like, yeah, I hope this goes in, but if it doesn't, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's not going to be able to miss.
Is he scared, though, that he could lose against Milwaukee and break, like, that'd be pretty shit.
Nah. Because he's going to do it in like the second quarter. This is the thing that we're talking about. It's the loss is going to be irrelevant.
Yeah.
The loss is going to be irrelevant once he does it in like the early game.
But then LeBron has to stay true to himself. And in the press conference, you break the record. And if he loses and breaks the record, I feel like he's still going to be LeBron and be like, we didn't get the win.
Yeah, of course he will. Of course. So three outcomes, the way I see it. Outcome number 1. Takes it easy tomorrow, assists, gets the job done, AD drops 35.
Yeah.
Outcome number 2. It's a really close game. Unfortunately, he has to turn it on. He gets it in like the dying stages, and it's a real awkward moment for everyone.
Yeah.
Outcome number 3. He drops 20 points in the first quarter, 16 in the second, and then it's a competitive game tomorrow, but he makes sure that he drops it quick.
Yep.
He can get 20 points in a quarter.
LeBron, he could... Okay, so who's actually going to guard him?
Dort, probably.
Dort's injured.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, I didn't see him.
They got Shea, Giddey, both Jalen's play, and Mike Muscala at center. AD's dropping 35 plus. 12 rebounds, 35 plus.
I'm curious.
Yeah, so am I.
I'm curious. If he, what does he normally do? Does he shoot the ball first or does he pass? LeBron. Like try and tell me like what does he normally do first? Does he shoot or pass? Like first thing of the game.
Honestly, he'll probably shoot it. I'm pretty sure he'll
Normally
probably shoot.
shoots?
Yeah, unless it depends. Normally they go straight to AD.
Okay.
But
I'm telling you, if LeBron goes for a 3 to start the game, if there's like a live bet, I'd get on.
I know last game he was shooting the hell out of it and not hitting everything, but you could tell he was taking shots because he wanted points. That's how I saw. I'm like, he's just putting up these shots so he gets numbers, and these numbers are going to turn into points. To 40% shooting, he's going to get points out of it. So
it's so interesting. It's so
stay tuned.
He could really fool us all because, literally betting companies, I checked it out.
Yep.
Odds on favourite, huge favourite is the Milwaukee game. It's a happen in the Milwaukee game. He could fool us all and drop 50 tomorrow.
Please, just get the W, LeBron. That's all I want.
50.
Just the W, I'm fine with that.
Anyway, Rise, this has gone way too long, but it was good.
It's been good.
Trade deadline happening this week. We can't wait to talk to you next week about all the things. We forgot to mention that whole time Chi-Chi's not here.
So where's Cheech? If you see Cheech, call him down.
Call us up if you find Chi-Chi.
Holidaying.
He's in Japan or Vietnam, one of the two. I think he's in Japan first and then he's going to Vietnam. Chi-Chi won't be back with us next week either, but we'll be back and we'll be talking all the trades that happened in the trade deadline. We'll be talking Kyrie Irving's first week. We'll be talking how LeBron broke it. Unless he, imagine, first minute tomorrow breaks his finger.
Rub wood. Don't say that. Imagine just doesn't play tomorrow.
No, just takes it off. And then he goes
Sore thumb.
And then he goes to 70.
But he goes, yeah.
Career high 70. Because, he's never hit 70. Imagine if he goes to 70 against Milwaukee. This is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about tomorrow. I don't think enough people are realizing how hard he might go. He might surprise us all and drop his career high.
I might just turn on the Jets and be like, yeah, I can fucking score the basketball.
That's right. Not only
give me the scoring fucking title because fuck Kareem.
Not only am I the greatest scorer ever, but I am. You watch me get my career high in this.
I'm 38 years old and I just hit 60.
That's right.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button and that notifications bell if you haven't already. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, hit the 5-star rating. Rise. Talk to you.
Pleasure.
I'll talk to you next week.